Hello students, welcome to Anne's classes. Let's do chapter 3 integers exercise 3b. Page number 54 and we are with question 8. Use the number line to find the first one here is 5 plus 4. So we are adding up two positive integers. So the first step is to draw a number line, an integers number line. So we have an integers number line here. This is how we draw the integers number line. The line should be drawn in such a way that you have an arrowhead at the right hand side and at the arrowhead and an arrowhead on the left hand side. So on either sides you must have arrowheads. Now what does that indicate? It indicates the numbers continue on the left hand side as well as on the right hand side. Then the next thing you need to show is 0 with negative numbers as well as positive numbers. So 0 with some negative numbers and some positive numbers depending on how much you need. And then we start working out our question. So here we have 5 plus 4. And we're going to solve this using this number line. So look at the first integer. It is 5. So we start from 0. Always we start from 0 and go up to the first integer. Since the first integer is 5, we look for 5 and that's on the right hand side. So we draw a curve from 0 up to 5. So we have a curve here. From 0 up to 5 we've drawn a curve. Now which direction did we move in? We moved in the right hand side direction. So we moved to the right, so we have to draw an arrow mark to point towards that direction. And how many steps to the right? 5 steps to the right. So this is the first integer that we have in our question. So we have 5, so we showed from 0 to 5. Now it's addition and now it is 4 here. So look at the second integer. If it is a positive integer, you move to the right. If it is a negative integer, you move to the left. Now as you can see, this is a positive integer. That means from here, we have come to 5. From 5, we have to move 4 steps to the right. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. So our next curve will come up to 9. Here also you have to indicate the direction in which you moved. You moved to the right hand side. So we have shown the arrowhead here. So we have moved to the right hand side, and how many steps did we move? We moved 4 steps. So we write that also. So, and now what is the answer that we have arrived at? We have arrived at 9. That means 5 plus 4 is equal to 9, which we already know. And we have shown this on the number line. So at the end, you need to write this out. 5 plus 4 is equal to 9. Second question, 4 plus minus 6. So first thing is draw your number line. Remember the arrowheads on both sides. 0. Then we have negative numbers as well as positive numbers. Now the first number is 4. That means you start at 0 and you go up to 4. So draw the first curve like this. So where did we move? We move to the right 4 steps. So we write 4 and show the arrowhead. Now let's look at the next integer. It's minus 6. It's a negative integer, negative 6. So since it is negative, we are going to move to the left. From 4, we are going to move to the left. And how many steps to the left? 6 steps to the left. That is from 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to minus 2. So our curve will come like this from 0 up to minus 2. So this time, as you can see, the curve has come to the left. We have moved to the left and we have moved 6 steps to the left. So we will write that as minus 6 since we moved 6 steps to the left, and we have arrived at our answer, which is minus 2. So let's write out our answer, that is 4 plus negative 6 is equal to negative 2. So this is our answer. Now this 4, I have written it down below here because we have one more curve just above this, isn't it? Just above this, so that you will not get mixed up. I have put that 4 below this first one. Let's go to the next question. Question 3, minus 4 or negative 4 plus 8. So let's draw our number line. And look at the first integer, it's negative 4. That means we start from 0 and we go to negative 4, which is on the left hand side of 0. So our curve will start from here and come up to negative 4. So we have a curve here, and which direction did we move in? We moved this way to the left, and we moved minus 4 steps, okay, to the left. Now the next one is plus 8. That means, as you can see, this is a positive integer 8. So when it's positive, you move to the right, and we have to move 8 steps to the right from here. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We come up to 4. So let's draw that curve up to 4. So we have a curve up to 4. This time we moved this side to the right, and we moved 8 steps to the right. And what is our answer? Our answer is 4. So let's write that down. Negative 4 plus 8 is equal to 4, which is our answer. Question 4. So here we have negative 5 plus 3. So let's draw the number line first. We have a number line. Our first integer is negative 5. That means from 0, we need to go to negative 5, which is here our first curve. So we have it here, and we have moved in which direction? We have moved to the left, and we've moved negative 5. That is 5 steps to the left. Then we have plus 3. Plus 3. So this is positive. That means we need to move 3 steps to the right. So from here, 3 steps to the right will be 1, 2, 3 up to minus 2. So we have our curve drawn this way up to minus 2. That means we have moved to the right, and we have moved 3 steps to the right. And what's our answer? Negative 2. So let's write out our answer. Negative 5 plus 3 is equal to negative 2, which is our answer. Question 5. Negative 3 plus negative 5. So we have our number line drawn here. Now first we need to go to negative 3 from 0, and negative 3 is here. So let's draw a curve, and we have moved to the left, and that is negative 3. Now let's look at the next integer. Now this is still addition. Next integer is negative 5. So when it is negative, remember you have to move to the left. That means from here we are moving to the left 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We come up to negative 8. So we have come up to negative 8, and again we have moved to the left and by 5 steps. So now this is our answer, negative 8. So let's write out our answer here. So negative 3 plus negative 5 is equal to negative 8. This is our answer, negative 8. Next question, question 6. Negative 6 plus negative 3. So first step, let's draw the number line. So we have a number line here. First integer is negative 6. So from 0, you go up to negative 6, which is here. So we have a curve there, 0 to negative 6. And we have moved to the left, and that is negative 6. Now look at the second integer. That is also a negative number, negative 3. That means we continue to move to the left. So from here again to the left, 1, 2, 3. 3 steps to the left, we come to negative 9. So here we have moved 3 steps to the left. That's why we've put a negative sign, and we've reached our answer, which is negative 9. So let's write out negative 6 plus negative 3. And we've got the answer on the number line, negative 9. So this is our answer, negative 9. Question 7. 5 minus negative 2. So now we've gone on to subtraction. I hope all of you remember how to do subtraction. Now how do we do that? We say 5, and then we change the subtraction to addition, and we write the additive inverse of negative 2. So that will be 5 plus, what is the additive inverse of negative 2? Plus 2. So 5 plus 2. Now let's show this on the number line. So on the number line, we have all our integers written here. We have the positive and the negative signs, numbers and 0. Look at the first one, it's 5. That means from 0, we move up to 5. So we move up to 5, and which direction we move in? We moved in the right side direction, 5 steps to the right. Now let's look at our second integer, and that is 2, which is positive. So if it is positive, you move to the right again. So we're going to move 2 steps to the right, 1, 2, and we come up to 7. So let's draw that there. So here we have drawn, we've reached 7. So we have moved to the right, 2 steps to the right, and our answer is 7. So let's write that here. 5 plus 2 is 7, and we have shown this on the number line. Question 8. Negative 4 minus 5. So this is again a subtraction sum. So let's work out the steps first and make it addition. So this is negative 4 as it is. This remains as negative 4. Subtraction changes to addition. Now we need to write the additive inverse of 5. So that will be negative 4 as it is plus the additive inverse of 5 will be negative 5. So we have two negative numbers that we are going to add on the number line. So let's do that. So we have a number line here. Our first integer is negative 4. So we start from 0 and go up to negative 4. So that is our first curve here. And we have moved in the left hand side direction. We have moved 4 steps to the left. So we have marked that clearly. Now let's look at our next integer. It is negative 5. That means we are moving to the left because it's negative and 5 steps to the left. So from 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from negative 4 we have reached negative 9. Let's draw that curve. So we have the curve drawn. We have moved again to the left and we have moved 5 steps to the left. And we have reached negative 9. So this is our answer. So let's show that. So negative 4 minus 5. So this will be negative 4 plus additive inverse of 5, which is negative 5. So negative 4 plus negative 5 signs are the same. We put the same sign and we add 4 plus 5 is 9, and we have the same answer on our number line. So we've got negative 9 as our answer. Question 9. 4 minus negative 4. So let's first work this part out. 4 minus negative 4 is 4 plus the additive inverse of negative 4. So this becomes 4 plus, what is the additive inverse of negative 4? Plus 4. So 4 plus 4. So 4 plus 4 is 8, we know, but we have to show this on the number line. So we have a number line. In the first step, we start from 0 and go up to the first integer, which is 4. So 0 plus 4, we have moved in the right side direction, 4 steps to the right. Now let's look at the second integer, that is positive. That means we are again going to move to the right, starting from here, 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is 8. So we have our second curve here, and again we have moved to the right, 4 steps to the right, and this is our answer. So what do we have here? 4 minus negative 4, and the steps are 4 plus the additive inverse of negative 4, which is 4, and our answer, as we have shown on the number line, is 8. So this is our answer. Question 9. State whether the given statement is true or false. So we have a few statements here. Now the first one. The sum of two integers is always an integer. Now let's take two integers. 2 is an integer, 3 is an integer, 2 plus 3 is 5, which is also an integer. Let's take two negative integers. Now suppose I take my negative 2 plus negative 3. What do I get? Since signs are the same, we put the same sign and we add 2 plus 3 is 5. We get negative 5, which is also an integer. Let's take one negative integer and one positive integer. So we have negative 2 plus 3. Signs are different. Put the sign of the bigger integer and subtract. 3 minus 2 is 1. So here in all these cases, can you see the answer? The answer is also an integer. So this statement which says the sum of two integers is always an integer is true. Next one. The difference of two integers is always an integer. Now let's see that now. Let's take once again two integers. Let's take 7 minus 4. How much is 7 minus 4? 3. Now let's take two negative integers. So we have negative 7 minus negative 4. Now, how do we do the subtraction? The first one remains as it is. Subtraction changes to addition. Negative 4, we write the additive inverse of negative 4, which is positive 4. Now we have negative 7 plus 4. Signs are different. We put the same sign and we put the sign as a bigger number and we subtract 7 minus 4 is 3. We get negative 3. So negative 3 is also an integer. So here we have used two positive integers. Our answer is also an integer. And here we used two negative integers. We found the difference. The answer is also an integer. So the difference of two integers is always an integer. This statement is also true. Third one, the absolute value of every integer is a positive integer. So how do we write the absolute value? Now suppose I have 2 as an example. Now when we put these two bars by the side of it, we call it the absolute value. The absolute value of 2 will be 2. Now if I have a negative 2 also inside this, now the absolute value of negative 2 will also be 2. So whatever the sign is, the answer is going to be positive. So this statement which says the absolute value of every integer is a positive integer. Yes, it is a positive integer. So this statement is also true. 0 is the smallest positive integer. Now we know that 0 is neither positive nor negative. So 0 is the smallest positive integer. This statement is not true. It is false. Every whole number is an integer. Every whole number is a number starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and all the numbers. So every whole number is an integer. The statement is true. The sum of two integers can never be 0. Okay, now let's take two integers. Now if I take minus 3 and add it to positive 3. Negative 3 plus positive 3, my answer will always be 0. If one integer is negative and the same integer, you have a positive one of the same one, same number, your answer will always be 0. So negative so in integers like this, where negative 4 plus positive 4, you will get an answer that is 0. Negative 3 plus positive 3 is 0. So this statement which says the sum of two integers can never be 0 is false. Question 10. What should be added to 15 to get negative 15? That is, suppose I take a simple number. What should I add, say, to 3 to get 10? Now, what do you think I should add? Now, we know we have to add 7, isn't it? Now, how can I get this 7? If I subtract 3 from 10, 10 minus 3 will give me 7, isn't it? That is 10 minus 3 will give me 7. Similarly, this number minus this number will give me this answer in the middle. So, what do I have to say? I have to say negative 15 minus 50. Now this has become subtraction and we know how to do subtraction. The first integer remains as it is. So this is negative 15 and this is and subtraction changes to addition. Now we write the additive inverse of 15. The additive inverse of 15 is negative 15. So now we have an addition sum and we have two negative integers to be added. So when signs are the same, we put the same sign, that is subtract, the minus sign, and we add 15 plus 15 is 30. So what is our answer? Our answer is negative 30. Now you can check that. What does it say here? What should be added to 15 to get negative 15? So we're going to add negative 30 and see whether we are getting the answer. So what should we add to 15? So we're going to add negative 30 and let's see whether we get our answer as negative 15. If we get our answer as negative 15, then this answer, negative 30, is correct. So here this is addition. Signs are different. So we put the sign of the bigger integer and we subtract. 30 minus 15 is 15. So is this the answer given here? Yes, we've got negative 15 here. That means negative 30 is our answer and that is the correct answer. Question 11. What should be subtracted from negative 3 to get 18? So let's take an example. Now this time let me take 7. What should I subtract from 7 to get, say, 5? Because when you subtract, you get a smaller number. So I put a smaller number here. What should I subtract from 7 to get 5? I should subtract 2. Isn't it? If I say 7 minus 2, I will get 5. Now, how can I get this 2? I can get this 2 if I subtract 7 and 5. 7 minus 5. So 7 minus 5 will give me 2. Similarly, negative 3 minus 18 will give me the answer. So let's do that. So negative 3 minus the next number, which is 18. And subtraction, now the first integer remains the same. Subtraction changes to addition. We write the additive inverse of 18, which is negative 18. So now this is addition. Signs are the same. We put the same sign and we add 3 plus 18 is 21. So what is our answer? Negative 21. Question 12. The sum of two integers is negative 23. If one of them is 12, find the other. So this is the sum of two integers. That is, when we add up two integers, we get this. And of those two integers, one integer is given to us. We have to find out which the other integer is. So let's write what's given to us. The sum of two integers is given to us, which is negative 23. Then one integer is given to us, that is 12. The other integer is what we need to find out. That means 12 plus this integer gives us negative 23. Now how do we do that? 12 plus this unknown integer gives us negative 23. So whenever you have a sum like this where you have to find the number that is missing in addition, then we have to subtract these two numbers. Subtract the answer and 12 from that answer. This is the answer, isn't it, when you add up two numbers? So take this number first, negative 23, and to that we have to subtract 12 from that. So let's see what we get. So this is subtraction sum. So first integer remains as it is, negative 23. Subtraction changes to addition. We write the additive inverse of 12, which is negative 12. Now this is an addition sum. Signs are the same. We put the same sign and we add 23 plus 12 is 35. So our answer here is negative 35. That means if we put negative 35 here, are we getting negative 23 as the answer when we add up these two? When you add up these two, we put the sign of the bigger number, that is minus, and we subtract 35 minus 12, we get 23. So this is the other integer and that is our answer. Let's write it here, negative 35. Question 13. While playing children's cards, Amit lost 70 points in the first game, 50 in the second game and 35 in the third game. Then he gained, that means he won, here he lost, now he gained 60 points in the fourth game, 80 in the fifth game. What was his net loss or gain? Now some games he lost, some he won. Now did he actually win or lose finally? At the end of it, did he gain something or did he lose something is the question. So what should we do? First we should see how many points he lost. And then we have to see how many points he gained totally. And then see which is greater. Based on that, we can say if there was a loss or a gain. So first let's find out the total points that Amit lost. So Amit lost in the first game, the points that he lost is 70. So this is the first game. Points he lost in the second game is 50. Points he lost in the third game is 35. So these are the points that he lost. So let's find the total points lost. And how do we do that? By adding this up. So 7 plus, here we have 5 here, then 7 plus 3. We can say this way, 7 plus 3 is 10, 10 plus 5 is 15, so that is 155 is the total points lost. So now we know that total points lost. Let's find the total points won. So points Amit gained in the fourth game is 60. So in the fourth game he gained points, he did not lose. Gaining means opposite of losing. So he gained 60 points in the fourth game. In the fifth game he got 80 points. Now we have to find the total points gained. So let's add up these two and see. So when you add up these two, 0, 6 plus 8 is 440. So here can you see he lost 155 points and he gained 140 points. So the points lost is greater than the points gained. So let's write that. Points lost is greater than the points gained. So when he loses more, there is a loss, isn't it? So he has lost more. So to find the net lost, we have to take the points lost and the points gained and subtract the two. So here what do we have? Points lost is 155 and the points gained is 140. So when you subtract 155 and 140, we get 15. So what has happened here? He has made a loss. So net loss means the total loss is 15. So how do we get that? We found the total points lost and the total points gained and found the difference between the two, and we found the net loss. We found that there was a loss and we found the net loss, which is 15. Question 14. On one day on a hill, the temperature at 8 p.m. was 2 degrees Celsius. But at midnight that same day, it fell down to negative 3 degrees Celsius. By how many degrees did the temperature fall? So, I hope you've understood this question. On a hill at 8 p.m., that is in the night, the temperature was 2 degrees Celsius. But at that same night, when it became midnight, it fell down further to negative 3 degrees. The question is, by how many degrees did the temperature fall? Okay, so the temperature at 8 p.m. was 2 degrees Celsius. The temperature at midnight was negative 3 degrees Celsius. Fall in temperature, that means it has come down, isn't it? Fall means it is negative, so we have to subtract. So take the first one, that is 2 degrees Celsius minus negative 3. So this is 2, subtraction changes to addition, and we write the additive inverse of negative 3, which is positive 3. Now we have to add this up. 2 plus 3 is 5, so the fall in temperature is 5 degrees Celsius. So this is our answer, 5 degrees Celsius. Question 15. A car travelled east of Delhi by 100 kilometers and then to the west of Delhi by 130 kilometers. How far from Delhi was the car finally? So it went to the east first and then it went to the west. So finally, how far was the car away from Delhi is the question. So distance a car travelled east of Delhi is 100 kilometers given to us in the question. Distance it travelled west of Delhi is 130 kilometers. Now distance the car was away from Delhi. Now to understand this, let's imagine a car traveling east. So it's going from here to here. It has traveled. It has gone to the east and this is 100 kilometers. 100 kilometers to the east. Now it says it traveled west again. So from there it's coming to the west. If it's coming to the west, it is the opposite direction. And it has gone how many kilometers? 130 kilometers. So when it went to the east, it covered 100 kilometers, and when the car traveled back, it covered 130 kilometers. Now to find the distance, all we have to do is take only this part. This much is 100, so the rest will be 30. That means subtract these two. So distance the car was away from Delhi is 130 kilometers minus 100 kilometers. 130 minus 100 is 30. 30 kilometers. So this is our answer. 30 kilometers is our answer. Now the question here is, how far from Delhi was the car finally, isn't it? So the car was 30 kilometers. We found 30 kilometers to the west. So we have to mention that because this direction is the west. And so let's write our answer clearly. It was 30 kilometers to the west of Delhi.